On a July night in Dortmund, in the 120th minute of a World Cup semi-final, a substitute who had spent most of the tournament on the bench curled a ball into the top corner and sent Italy to the final. He was 31 years old. 8 years earlier, doctors had opened his left knee and found almost nothing left to save. And within 2 weeks of becoming a world champion, the only club he had ever loved would be thrown out of the top division. He would be the one who stayed. This is the story of Alessandro Del Piero. He grew up in San Vendemiano, a small town in the Veneto countryside, the son of an electrician. Football was not the plan. His older brother pushed him into it. At 13, a scout from Padova saw something in a skinny kid with an impossible first touch, and in 1988, he joined their youth system. 4 years later, still a teenager, he scored his first professional goal in Serie B. Juventus were watching. In the summer of 1993, their president Giampiero Boniperti beat Milan and Fiorentina to his signature. He was 18. He cost the equivalent of about €2.5 million, one of the great bargains in the history of Italian football. For more than a year he waited. Then, in March 1995, Giovanni Trapattoni handed him a start against Parma, and he answered with a hat trick. Roberto Baggio, Italy's golden boy, the reigning Ballon d'Or winner, was still at the club. Within months, Baggio was gone, and the number 10 shirt belonged to the boy from Padova. Gianni Agnelli, the Juventus patron, had called Baggio his Raphael. He gave Del Piero a different name, Pinturicchio, the little painter. It was a compliment with an edge, Del Piero Deli, and Del Piero spent the next decade proving he was nobody's understudy. In 1996, he scored 6 goals on the run to the Champions League final, where Juventus beat Ajax on penalties in Rome. Then came the shot that took his name. Drifting to the left edge of the box, opening his body, bending the ball across the goalkeeper and inside the far post. The goal alla Del Piero. Defenders knew exactly what was coming. It kept going in. The 8th of November, 1998, Udine. The eve of his 24th birthday. He stretched for a volley, a defender crossed his path, and his left knee collapsed underneath him. Both cruciate ligaments destroyed. He flew to Colorado for surgery and did not play again that season. He came back the following summer, but the player who returned was not the player who left. The explosive first yard was gone forever. For 3 seasons, he was whistled by his own supporters, questioned by every newspaper in Italy, and his place in the national team went from certain to conditional. He did not ask to leave. He rebuilt himself, slower, deeper, more patient, a finisher who now had to think his way through a game. Which brings us back to Dortmund, Italy, 2006. Del Piero was no longer a starter. In the semi-final against Germany, with the score locked at 0-0 deep into extra time, Fabio Grosso finally broke it. 2 minutes later, Cannavaro won a header. Gilardino slid the ball across, and Del Piero opened his body one last time and bent it into the roof of the net. 5 days later, in Berlin, he was a world champion. 2 weeks after that, Italian football tore itself apart. The Calciopoli scandal stripped Juventus of 2 league titles and sent them down to Serie B for the first time in their history. Ibrahimovic left, Cannavaro left, Vieira, Thuram, Emerson, all gone. Every serious club in Europe made the call. He was 31, a world champion, and he was being asked to play second division football on cold Tuesday nights in provincial stadiums. He stayed. A true gentleman, he said, never leaves his old lady. He scored 20 goals that season, finished as the top scorer in Serie B, and dragged Juventus back up at the first attempt. The following year, in his 30s, he won the Serie A Golden Boot with 21 goals, the first and only one of his career. On the 13th of May, 2012, he played his final home game for Juventus. He scored, of course. Then he walked the full circumference of the pitch, gathering scarves thrown down from the stands, while a stadium that had once whistled him stood and wept. 19 years, one club, 705 appearances, 290 goals, still the most in Juventus history by more than 100. 6 league titles, a Champions League, a World Cup, but the number that matters is not on that list. It is the single season he spent in the second division, when leaving would have cost him nothing and staying cost him everything he had left. Football does not make that man anymore. Alessandro Del Piero, the last one who stayed.